The mimosas kept flowing. Aunt Marlene toasted my mother, Linda, for her business sense. Uncle Grant mused about where to park the windfall. My brother Ryan calculated his share on his phone, already spending it. Honey-glazed ham scented the dining room, mingling with perfume and imagined money. I sat with my fork halfway to my mouth, watching my mother accept applause for selling property she didn't own, the lakehouse I'd bought 4 years ago with my own savings. 3 serious buyers, she said, voice polished. The Carsons offered $2.3 million cash, close in 30 days. I told them we'd entertain higher offers through Wednesday. My sister Tessa squeezed her hand. You're amazing. Finally getting rid of that money pit she keeps dumping into. Money pit/sanctuary, the place I saved for double shifts and skipped vacations while my family treated loans like party favors. The same lake house they mocked until summer weekends arrived and they wanted it. When do we get the money? Ryan asked, refilling champagne. Mom's smile turned smug. After closing costs and my commission, because I handled the whole sale, we should each clear about $450,000. 6 of them, my house carved up like ham. I set my fork down. The clink sounded like a warning. Mom, what are you talking about? She waved me off. Don't worry about details, sweetie. Real estate isn't your strength. I'm fixing your mistake. I kept my voice flat. Who signed the listing agreement? I did. Her eyes flickered. As you, I'm acting on your behalf. Power of attorney. Silence. Ryan stopped tapping. Tessa's hand slid off Mom's. My phone buzzed. Laya Chen, on my way. Don't say anything yet. The doorbell rang. I stood. That'll be her. Laya arrived. 2 officers behind her. My mother's brunch turned official in a single breath. Miss Reyes? Laya said. Mom stepped into the hallway, smile slipping. This is insane. I'm her mother. Laya lifted her tablet. We reviewed the listing agreement, the seller's disclosure, and the title transfer attempt. The signatures are forged. The clock ticked. Ham and perfume hung in the air, suddenly sour. In the doorway, my aunt's mouth stayed open, forgetting how to swallow. The first officer faced my mother. Ma'am, did you sign your daughter's name without authorization? I was helping, Mom said. She doesn't understand real estate. I kept my voice even. Officers, I didn't authorize a sale, a listing, or entry to my property. I didn't sign anything. Laya continued. Mrs. Mercer, you used a spare key to let photographers and a staging company into a house you don't own. You accepted earnest money from 3 buyers, $150,000 total. Tessa made a strangled sound. Uncle Grant lowered his glass. The second officer produced handcuffs. Ma'am, turn around. Mom grabbed my wrist. Elena, please, I'll fix it. I was doing what's best. You were doing what was profitable, I said. You broke into my lake house, you forged my name, you planned to hand out my money like party favors. Laya angled her screen toward the relatives in the doorway. For context, Miss Reyes owns 7 properties. Total portfolio value is about $4.2 million. The lake house is titled solely in her name, purchased with her funds. 7. Ryan's phone slipped from his hand and hit the runner. My mother's face collapsed. The cuffs closed with a clean, final click, and her sob broke across the hallway like glass. When the cruiser door shut, the house felt quiet. My relatives hovered in the hallway, flutes hanging in their hands. Ryan's voice cracked. You're really doing this? She did it, I said. She forged my name and took deposits. Tessa's eyes shone. It's still Mom, and I'm still her daughter, I answered. That didn't stop her. Laya glanced at her tablet. The buyers are being notified. We'll return the earnest money from Mrs. Mercer's accounts. She spent some, she'll owe the remainder, about $38,500. Numbers silenced them. Uncle Grant swallowed hard. I opened the front door. Cool air rushed in. Everyone needs to leave. They shuffled out, avoiding my face. Tessa paused on the porch like she wanted to argue, then turned away. Ryan followed, shoulders tight. When the last car pulled off, my hands started shaking. I held the banister until I could breathe again. "You okay?" Laya asked. "I'm finished being manageable," I said. 6 weeks later, I sat at the lakehouse with new locks and cameras. The spare key was gone, replaced with codes only I knew. The dock I'd repaired rocked gently beneath my feet, while the lake caught fire with sunset. Mom took a plea deal: probation, restitution, and a fraud conviction that would outlive every apology. Most of the family blamed me. My grandmother mailed a card that said, "Proud of you always." I poured coffee, opened the folder for property number 8, and smiled at the steady line of my own signature. What's mine is mine.